Good morning from my garden. It's September 1st. I love September. September is the beginning of a new year in the Jewish culture, and I think it ought to be the beginning of the new year in many cultures. It's when we go to school, when school starts back for most people. It's always, when I got my crayons, when I was a child, and I got a new box of crayons, I always felt like my life had begun again, and that's how I feel about September. It's kind of a begin again feeling. In Mississippi, it's when the heat begins to abate. Begins. I emphasize the word begins because September is still a hot month in Mississippi. But today I'm talking to you about my bird feed, which I highly recommend. This is Kaytee Nut and Fruit bird seed. It's for woodpeckers, nuthatches, grosbeaks, juncos, cardinals, and also chickadees. It shows here the different birds on the back. Chickadees, juncos, grosbeaks, buntings, cardinals, pine siskins. Pine siskins is woodpecker, titmouses. I'm gonna confess. This is not the cheapest bird seed, numerically speaking. So I tried mixing it with another bird seed that was less expensive, but the birds only ate part of it. And I think what they were eating was the Kaytee bird seed, and they were leaving a lot there. The other bird seed had a lot of little stuff that my birds just didn't eat. I don't know what that stuff is. So let's talk about this in terms of economics. If your birds don't eat it, then you really didn't save money on what they didn't eat, because I end up putting that in the garbage, because if you leave it there too long, it'll become rancid. This is a scoop of the Kaytee Nut and Fruit. Look at that. There are tons of black sunflower seeds. The gray striped sunflower seeds are usually in here. There's a gray striped sunflower seed. And I've said all summer long that I feed the birds, and the birds drop part of it. That's a gray. And look there are cherries in here. And then there is also cherry flavoring in here. The birds they don't want just a bunch of corn. They want some extra things too. So there are cherries in here. There are peanuts. So anyway, if your birds didn't eat the food, you didn't save money because you threw a lot of it away. So although it may seem to be a pricier choice, in the long run, I don't think it's pricey, because my objective is not to just have bird feed, it's to feed the birds. So if I'm going to try to feed the birds, I need to feed them what they want and they like. And I'll tell you something. After I started using the Kaytee, I had just an abundance of Carolina chickadees and titmouses. When I switched to the other brand, or a mixture, I haven't seen those birds here anymore. It may be because I have so many other birds coming in now. But I have lots of posts about my birds and about my bird feeders. But I've done the research, and I've experienced this reality. The best bird feed for a backyard bird feeder, if you want songbirds and ornamental birds is the Kaytee nut and fruit seed.